Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the HubSpot and another edition of the week that was. Hope everyone is doing great and hope everyone is doing fine. Lots to go on today, and again, welcome again to the HubSpot. Not alone today. Drex is with me. I'll bring Drex in quickly. He's just chilling, and hopefully, Drex, let me know when you're ready to come on. Again, lots to go to talk about. Lots going on from a United perspective. I presume majority of this show might swing towards big up GBM. Hope you're doing well, sir. And no majority of the discussion today might sway towards the match we played yesterday. Hopefully, it doesn't what they call take a whole bunch of the show. Just a couple of things going on from a McTominay situation and Ugarte situation, a Santos situation, and basically the general gist of what's happened. I think the post match reaction to the game yesterday. And I think the kind of the feeling around the fan base, but I'll just a word of caution. It's two games. I know everyone has the right to be angry at this time, but again, just take a deep breath, and hopefully the manager Ten Hag learns from what he called from some of the mistakes he made yesterday. Drex, I'll bring Drex in now, and okay, good. Bigger brother,
Yo. How are
how are
you
you?
doing? I'm all right. I'm okay.
That's
I
good.
am
That's good.
okay. Doing good.
That's good. That's good. Hi, so what's your feeling like? I know you were in the watch along with me yesterday before we go into lots of things happening this week. I want to probably start on your reaction, on your feelings between the game we played yesterday against Brighton. I probably will also end with that. How you feeling and so far? I know you're a bit not angry, but I think you're concerned with some of the decisions from the manager yesterday.
Uh Big up GB, big up everybody in the house. For me, yesterday when I was watching the game, like every fan when you're watching the game, better be in you in person or you watching on TV, but all in all, in real time, you get
Mhm.
to be you feel excited if your team is winning, and you feel a little bit down or irritated or even angry if your team is losing. But after the game, you get to simmer it in and actually look at the thing and be like, okay, what's the problem here, right? How did we not win that game? And for me, it's all down to same big up GB, big up, big up. It's all down to same issue from last season, bro. Finishing, finishing. I know a lot of people are saying we need Ugarte. I say we need Ugarte as much as we need finishing. We need that man in the team. We need the man called finishing. If it's a person, we need that person in the team, bro. Because because one, we could look at the manager and maybe poke a hole on one or two of his tactics on his substitution and all of that, right? But we could also look at yeah, but if we're going to start off with this one, we could also look at the players themselves. Same mistake see when we get played off the park, right? I raise my hands up and say, okay, these guys, they did extremely well. They played us off the park. But yesterday, bro, it was mistake, bro. Mistake that led to 2 goals. We couldn't finish, bro. Finishing is our problem. And I still see the element of what should we call it this? Let me see. I still see that element of greed amongst our front three, the wingers, especially Rashford, Garnacho, whoever that person is, Ahmad, whoever be playing in the wing. I still see that element of greed, and that's where I would come on the manager. Right at that point, I would say, okay, it's just something that this manager is just playing a blind eye to, that we as fans, we've seen it several times, week in, week out, right? But why is nobody, bro? Why is nobody being penalized for lack of finishing? Why is nobody being penalized for the greed we see on the pitch? Why is nobody being? Why is it that, bro? Why players not being penalized these days for things that they keep doing week in, week out? I know a lot of people like to jump on the bandwagon and put it all on the manager, right? But let's not kid ourselves. The same problem when we were doing the preseason was against Liverpool. I was pissed. And other people were like, Drex, why are you pissed? Why are you this? Lindelof would go, Dress, you're not making sense. Dress, you're becoming too emotional. It's just a preseason game, right? And I'm like, you guys are not seeing what I'm seeing. Same silly mistake led to goals. Same not able to close down your man, not able to be fast in thinking, allowing people to not for players not picking up their man, right? It's leading to goals. And a lot was said about, oh, it was Maguire's fault, right? Now everybody's pinning their mask on Maguire and say it was Maguire's fault because for them it's easy to blame a Maguire because Maguire is not quote unquote not good enough, right? But come on, look at the game. Take off that bias off. Take the bias off and look at the game. Like from the minute that man got the ball, Dalot was supposed to close to the cross. I keep saying this. If you let them cross into your 18-yard, you're already exposing yourself. Dalot was supposed to close down that guy. The space between that guy and Dalot, you could see it. Someone that can actually build a 4-bedroom apartment in that space. Right? Now, Dalot didn't close the ball. The ball went to Maguire, could have put the ball away, right? But the ball went through both Maguire, right? Because Maguire didn't. Rashford, if you look at the picture where Rashford saw Mitoma alone, because they had two players. So Maguire was worried about one. Mazraoui was worried about one as well. But Rashford was a free man who could have gone to Mitoma to at least close the gap between himself and Mitoma, be that extra person to actually mark Mitoma for some reason, right? But everybody decided to say, okay, it's Maguire's fault. And when the ball got to Mitoma, it went past Mazraoui. It went past Maguire. Martinez was holding two players. Who was supposed to pick up the run of Webeck? If you look at that scenario very well, Martinez was in the middle between two Brighton players. Where is the center defensive midfielder to actually drop in to pick it?
Are you talking about the first goal?
Yes.
Yeah, the first guy I saw Casemiro standing, and I think no one actually mentions that he was standing alone. I'm not sure why he was standing. Again, I might be wrong, but I know I saw Casemiro
But
standing alone.
even the second goal, you could see 4 United players trying to cut out a cross or a shot or trying to block a shot when you have 3 players that are standing free, right? And I ask the question again. Everybody's saying Maguire, right? But where was Dalot? Out of position. People say, okay, cut him a slack because he was playing left back. Bro, man has been playing left back. This is not the first time he's playing left back. This is not so we shouldn't make it look like, it's Timber. Timber played left back for Arsenal yesterday against an Aston Villa. The man, he knew what he was when he was even going. So the way some make it look like, because you should be. I want United to get a natural left back, right? But don't make it sound like players. I'm not coming hard on Dalot. I'm not saying it's Dalot's fault. I'm just saying when we want to pick and choose who to blame, right? Look at everything before you actually don't let your bias get the best of you. Because I see a lot of people saying, oh, Maguire this, Maguire that. Bro, the game in itself, if our players, like I said, we still don't have clever players in that football club. If our players are clever enough, if we have a lot of clever players, right, I don't think we'll be having all of this, bro. Nobody's talking to themselves. Nobody's trying to if the captain is not speaking, and for which most United fans don't even like the captain because they think, okay, he's doing too much, right? But if the captain, who's the leader? Who are the leaders on the pitch that could actually call someone and they'll call them to order? Who if there's a clear play for someone to actually slot his partner in or his co-player in for clear chance on goal, and he doesn't, who's calling that player right there on the pitch? Who is telling that player, yo, there was a better opportunity next time? Look, everybody's just, for me. So when everybody tends to I see a lot of people saying, oh, I was willing to give the manager 10 game. Now I give him only 5 game. I give him only, bro. You're just letting, you already know you're Eric Ten Hag out from last season. So stay on that lane, right, and make your case. But don't start making it look like the season ended today or yesterday. If we had won that game yesterday, everybody would have said, oh, we're back.
Yes.
I wanted us to win, don't get me wrong. But it's one of the reasons why I'm not really after the game, I'm like, it is what it is. We saw it last season. It's the finishing, bro. It's yeah. I mean, there was a stat I looked up that I saw this morning. Of I think I'll bring it up with you. Put of the we are leading. We are sitting on top of the table of best big chance missed.
You mean
after 2 games?
SGs?
Not XGs, bro. Best big chance missed. I'll look it up. I'll bring it up and I'll show to you to see.
Don't you think that's probably too early? Because I believe majority of our chances actually came from, as in, if you look at both combined games, it came from the Fulham game, though. I don't think.
No, Tej, I'm saying after 2 games, we're sitting on top, meaning we are not doing enough in terms of finishing. We are not doing enough, bro. We are not doing enough. And I know everybody been saying Eric Ten Hag, this people, every Ten Hag. But bro, we've got 2 other coaches in the mix. So when are we going to start calling those guys? Because everybody seems to be Eric Ten Hag's name is very sweet for people to call. But when are we? Because I heard people telling me that Ruud van Nistelrooy is going to take Eric Ten Hag's job after when he gets sacked. So why are we not calling out Ruud now? Like what's people say? Oh, which is right. The Brighton coach just got there. This.
Well,
at the end of the last season, this season.
I think let's stop comparing ourselves to Brighton and Arsenal.
No, I'm not comparing. I'm saying people like to do all of this. Oh, this man just got there. This man just got there. Where is it for Ruud van Nistelrooy? Because apparently some people have made me believe that Ruud van Nistelrooy will take over. So how about we start calling these guys out in terms of the finishing, bro? So if you're not going to call, they might as well just wait. I'm not calling anybody out. You might as well just wait. This season, I said it last season, I'm going to wait to December, and if it's not cutting it out for us in December, whatever, if the club wants to let him go, fine, let him go. But the in-game reaction is going to be there. But outside, once the final whistle is done, I'll sit back, rewatch the game, find the reason why we lost, or if there was a super reason why we drew, I look for it. If there's a reason why we actually won, because we have not. Tess, when was the last time we blew a team away, bro?
I think that's something I was going to say. Synonymous with Eric Ten Hag. He doesn't seem to score a lot of goals. It doesn't seem to score a lot of goals, and that's probably me using 2 seasons as a sample size. Right? It doesn't seem to score a lot of goals. But
let me just share. Let me share my. Oh, I can't even find it. Where is it on the screen?
Just while you're sharing that, one thing again, I think the game was a bit I didn't see us scoring. I think during my watch along, I was hoping and praying.
Can you see this?
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah. See.
I see. I was hoping and praying, right, that we score around the 60th minute so we can get a chance in the game. We did that, and then we basically went to
big chance.
Went to bed.
Big chance. This is after 2 games, bro. After 2 games.
But while I'll argue with this stat, right, majority of this big chance you're calling here is basically against Fulham.
Fulham. And Brighton. It's tough 2 games, bro.
I know it's 2 games, but I'm saying majority of these chances.
I agree, but isn't that a problem at Fulham? What did we score? What did we win by?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So, because against Fulham, right, while we won 1-0, I think everyone was in agreement that, you know what, we actually struggled as in we didn't play well, but we won, right? We should have won more, but we won. I think that was
for the Fulham game. I won't say we did not play well. We played well, but
sorry, I say we would have won more, but we didn't.
Yes,
right?
Yes, and this thing is. Let me not just keep ranting. We have other things to talk about.
So I'm just saying, and so for me though, I think Ten Hag, I just believe there's a bit of what they call an issue in the club, and I'll point it out first. I know Ten Hag was wrong in taking out McTominay for what they call taking out Bruno for Scott, but Bruno's reaction to me, you shouldn't be what they call reacting like that. Like this smile, this smirk in your face. That what is this guy doing? Like basically, you're basically telling us that what they call the manager doesn't know what he's doing, regardless of if you're the best player or not, and regardless of decision a manager is making, man. You stick to it. You come out where you sit down, and you just watching you and you back the team. If it comes again falls on the manager, then fine. The manager falls on the sword. But I think I don't like the smirk on Bruno's face when it was actually coming out. Now to Eric Ten Hag. Eric Ten Hag, I think before I actually concerned thinking at least about the game yesterday, I just think Eric Ten Hag doesn't have a lot of power in the what it called in the club, and I used to think probably some decisions actually forced on him. Yesterday, it was clearly evident that Ten Hag makes some of these decisions himself, and I think I probably put Rashford into that bucket. A McTominay that the board was already agreed that okay, you know what, because you can just come out today and say it's a done deal. That probably something you've had a discussion that the board agreed. Okay, what we're actually selling this guy. You are playing the guy in a match because you want to be there's no in a match because you want to win. There's no sustainability there. It's living what they call tomorrow. So you basically the body saying want to sell, but you're playing man. What if that man gets injured? Then that sale is off.
Okay, we could argue for the other side as well, saying that at least he's giving McTominay one last outing for the fans to see him, knowing fully whether.
Hold on, when you're losing the game.
Tess, you could. That's why I say we could argue for the other side as well.
Yeah,
we could argue for the other side as well that it's actually giving maybe if it was Old Trafford, I would have even stood on this other side. I'm like, okay, one last time for the fans to actually, but there won't that one last time won't be there. So you might as well just bring him on, right? And don't forget we lost that game at the death of that game. They almost it went to, if not that was more like the 95th minute, if I'm not mistaken, right? 93rd, 94th minute. So it's, and we had a goal disallowed, right? The Garnacho one with the Zexi one, I think so. So for me, I feel like it was just one last time for these guys to see you. Don't forget, I know I'm one of those persons that really don't fancy McTominay, right? But he is being himself. I keep telling you this, and you have said it every time. Himself and Harry Maguire, they've been top professionals. They've actually been, in terms of doing their job, they've been professional about it, right? So 22 years of your life for a football club, it's not something that they would just dismiss all of a sudden. I feel like that in itself, whilst a lot of us did not agree with that, but you'd have to look at it from the perspective of maybe the manager is just giving this guy the Manchester United fans one last time to see McTominay play for the football club. And that, for me, I can argue, right? I can argue. I'm not saying I'm not praising the manager, but I can argue to say, okay, that's the case. And to do it, it actually might make McTominay respect this. I'm not talking about respect the coach more for at least giving him. We all saw what even in Rangnick's time, right? When Lingard was supposed to leave, we all knew what happened. Lingard, at least, people were saying Lingard at least wanted one last game to beat the fans farewell and all of it. But Rangnick was like, no, it was not having it, because in that, if you look at that scenario, because these guys, they really didn't give enough during the Rangnick time. But this is McTominay that the manager is the go-to guy for the manager, right? He has been professional whilst the manager has been here. Even whilst we've been giving McTominay a lot of whip and he's not good enough and all of that and what's not, he's been professional. So the manager is like, you know what, one last time, say goodbye, let the fans see you and all of that. For me, I see it as top notch, but in the scenario we faced yesterday, it just dampened everything. It's just dampened the manager's maybe dampened the mood for both parties involved, because I don't think at that point where he was brought on, I don't think we're not losing at that time, bro. We're not losing at that time. Let's be serious about it. We're not losing at that time.
So if I look at it, right, what you're saying is that basically a Pep will not do that. Neither will Arteta, neither will probably a top coach. Always saying probably.
No, we don't know if they will do it, bro.
Because I'll tell you why they will do it. If you are a winner, right, sentimentality doesn't come to your head. The winner was if someone that's basically I'm about to win this game, right? You can tell me, okay, no one, I can dash out 2 points because McTominay. I want to give him.
We're not dashing out 2 points. What if McTominay has come in to score the winning goal yesterday?
Drex, we know, everyone knew Everyone knew McTominay coming in that game. There was no creative, and as soon as McTominay had one or two passes, and basically that was it. He just did like this, and he disappeared. No, honestly, right? So,
Excuse
so
me.
to me, if he was doing that both ways, he's wrong. If you're doing it to give McTominay an extra, what they call for to say hi to bye to the fans, come on, we are not winning the game. If what if tomorrow season ends right, the gap between us and what they call and the person in fourth to get to fourth place is 1 point. Then it goes back to this game, right? It goes back. It goes back to what they called this game state. The manager basically wanted to give a player a what they called farewell to the fans and threw away what they called 2 points. But now in this case, 3 points. So to me, it made me understand. You know what, Ten Hag has more power than we think he has in the club because the club wants to sell you, and the manager. What if McTominay got injured? The deal is off. The deal is off again, right? So brings me back to what they called the Rashford scenario. I don't think Rashford has been forced on Ten Hag to play. Ten Hag wants to play Rashford, which to me now, I back Ten Hag 100%, right? But I start to question some of what I call his decisions, right? When I'm seeing these things, right? That I'm questioning his decisions, right? Because it's not turning from last year to this year, and it's not probably learning from his mistake, which then probably leads to a roller coaster. I don't want any manager to be sacked. Reason why? Because if a manager is getting sacked, meaning that our season is going shit. I don't want our season to go to go down, up, down, up, down. That doesn't what they call end well for anyone, right? So Ten Hag needs to, like I think you mentioned yesterday, needs to be honest and play the best players in their positions.
Speaking about the best players, I think I still feel like he's not got big up yourself, Tommy. Thank you so much. I feel like
Big up Tommy.
It's a case of the man hasn't still been able to fine tune and gotten his best 11 yet. I think he's still struggling with the best 11, right? So let's see. For me, we create chance that if the likes of Arsenal gets those chances, bro, they would.
No, I
will still put my foot down on the finishing, bro. And to actually agree with what you're saying in terms of some power, right? I feel like players that are not doing what the manager wants, or that are not, that we can see that are actually spawning chances, don't be acting like selfish a little bit, right? Should be called out, bro. Like, we cannot keep saying this thing and feel like it will change. There's no changing, bro. It should be called out. I know a lot of people say, oh, this person doesn't press, this person doesn't do this person doesn't do that. Fine, I agree with all of you, but finishing has to be our front three. They have to be lethal when it comes to that. If they're not being lethal, then bro, I don't know. One of the biggest, I have said, is one of the biggest mistake this crew would make is keeping Rashford till he retires, bro. So if you can sell the man now, sell the man. That's a conversation for another day. Don't worry about that.
But even on the Rashford thing, right? It's not where it is, right?
Bro,
but it's not lower than what it called. Is if last season was this, Rashford is here. I think he has more heights to go. So for me, it needs to come off and on the what it called. And one thing I would say again, and that's why people rate Garnacho so high. Fellow were fine because he did a lot last season. But I'll be honest with everyone though. I don't rate him that high.
Oh, Garnacho?
Garnacho, yes. He scores a lot of goals, but I think that, like, my biggest thing is control on the ball while running. Oh my god, it's terrible. It's terrible. So for me, when everyone says Garnacho should be starting, right? But it's not clear cut though.
No. I think most people have come to the result that he should be coming off the bench because he has a way of impacting the game from off the bench.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's leave that. We've talked about the match a lot. Now, in terms of what they called, in terms of the Liverpool game, now, you know what? Let me leave that for last. Now, McTominay, when we heard today, is a done deal to what they call to Napoli, roughly around 30 million, right? First of all, what's your thoughts? And there's also something I heard that McTominay is waiting for some kind of payment from United. I'm not sure what that is. And I think the deal, though, the current deal now is what it called is based on McTominay agreeing a final deal with Napoli because United already
No,
agreed. But I
Napoli.
think
I think McTominay already agreed with Napoli.
okay,
McTominay already liked. He already that deal is done already. He has accepted Napoli's proposal and the and the project, right? It's just a payoff from United. I think it's got to do, but because if we look 30 million euros, that would be like 20 something million pounds, and there is a sell-on clause for me. Let me even still keep it at the euros. 30 million euros for McTominay is a good deal, right? Knowing fully well, I think he's got 1 year left in his contract, right? So if he wants a payoff, then the most, I think, what would have make this deal not go through is if he says no, I don't want to go to Napoli, I want to stay in the Premier League, or I want to stay in England. So that would have been the case. He would have accepted the offer from Fulham, right? But the fact that he rejected Fulham, I see this deal happening. If he wants to take it, if there's a package that needs to be sorted out, maybe loyalty bonus and all of that, bro, the man is do whatever it is, he's do it for me. It's do
I
it.
agree.
Let him have it. Being here for giving the football club almost what your prime. I know we like to say
It's
he's not
27
good
now,
in.
though. That's his prime now. His prime now. His prime is now.
No, but the man was here, I think, from age 5, bro. From the academy. He's been here since age 5 or age 7, if I'm not mistaken, right? And he's what, 27 years now, right? That's close to 20, 22 years to a football club, right? It's like you working in a place for that long, bro. You want to leave, if there's a package that's due you, bro, take it, bro. I'm not, see, I'm not, it's not because I want him out the door that fast, but I'm saying if there's something that is due McTominay, oh, you might as well give it to him. Take it before you leave. There's no point. You're going to go to another football club that's do they Napoli beat Bologna today 3-0. Conte's first game, he beat Bologna 3-0. Right? It's not like they will be, I see them winning they'll be part of the huge favorite to win the Scudetto this time around, right?
Are they in the Champions League or no?
Um I don't know.
I think they
Oh yeah,
struggled last week.
they
Let me
struggled
find
last
out.
season. Yeah.
Let's try that. Okay, fine. So, oh no.
So for me, it shouldn't be a problem. I feel that deal will be done. I think that deal is done already. I feel that deal is done already. It's done already.
Now, so there's this report
Mm-hmm.
that's stating what they call it. I don't know how true this is. I actually just heard it where I figured out where I heard it from. There's a report that there's Chelsea wants what they call Sancho.
Sancho
Is
and
that true?
we trade and they want to trade. They
Honestly,
want
I just blocked the Sterling part. I just mentioned one. Mentioned one. Just block the Sterling part. Since
it
it's
was I
written
think
that Sancho.
it was from Sky Sports, right? They exploring the deal to sign Sancho, and bro, for me, okay, will I take Sterling over Sancho? No, bro, no, because again, it goes down to Eric Ten Hag, like what you were saying some minutes ago. Like, as a winning team, you have to put everything. You have to put everything on the cards, right?
Mhm.
If this guy is not going to be playing for you, then sell him. Shouldn't have, like, see what Maraska did with Sterling, bro. You're not going to be part of my team. Look for another football club, right? So if you say this guy's not going to be part of your team, then let him be bold enough to say, okay, I will drop you, right?
Mhm.
Don't make it look like, okay, you want apologies, and they've brought you guys to actually iron out your differences. Man was in the you. That's the thing. I'm a little bit like I've still not wrapped my mind around it. Sancho was used as a false nine during the better part of the preseason. The season started. You decide to take the same person that you were grooming as false nine, or you used for as false nine. You said to put him on the bench, and okay, fine. You said he had this got ear infection, right? Just to make maybe deviate the attention from deflect attention and all that from you and what's not, right? But I want to believe that. I don't want to make up stories that are not true. I want to believe the man says ear infection is ear infection. The other time he said he wasn't training properly. I believed it, and I want to stay on those ones. But if for some reason that's not the case, then bro, use your best players, bro. Use your best players. Use your best players. All this talk about Sancho not having pulled down the Borussia Dortmund pictures, and bro, he's still here. Put on Borussia Dortmund picture or not, bro is still here. United still pay his salary, not Dortmund. So might as well just use him while he's here. Until he's out of the door, use your best player. I don't think Sancho will be worse than Marcus Rashford off the left. I saw Sancho during the preseason. I saw Sancho actually pressing. I saw Sancho actually running.
I just think is this thing managers have, and it's not just for football, it's even in the real world, and I hate it, right? And I hate it, right? It's basically if a manager makes up their mind about you, oh my god, the isn't almost nothing you do can actually change that. To me, it's terrible, and I've seen it all my life, right? Basically, working for managers, right? Once they make up their mind against you, it's done. And to me, it's not fair because people in life, right, evolve and people change, right? And again, you should always pick the best talent, regardless. I always say, regardless of how you feel with the person, right? You should always pick the best talent. If the person's attitude on the pitch doesn't impact or wherever doesn't impact you getting results, right? You keep the what they call the relationship professional. So Eric Ten Hag not liking, I think he doesn't like Sancho like he doesn't like Pelestri. I think with that, right, he's hampering his judgment with Sancho. Honestly, it's for us to be honest. Sancho should be in bench ahead of what they called Anthony.
See, I'm not talking about Anthony because Anthony is down the pecking order for the manager. But for me, Sancho should be even ahead of Rashford.
Yeah, I don't know, but for I'm just looking at the base, the Anthony should be ahead of Anthony.
I'm not even talking about Anthony. It should be ahead of Rashford. The same Rashford that we are thinking did well for the manager like the 2 seasons ago. He should be ahead of that player. Right? So if this manager is actually being true to himself and all of this thing that some people are like, yo, use your best player, bro.
Okay.
And that's why at the end of the day, if he gets the sack, there's no sympathy from me, bro. There's no sympathy. No, honestly, there won't be no sympathy for me because I'm seeing like last season I saw patterns. I'm like, okay, I was able to get it off. I'm like the injuries and all of that forced his hands, right? This season again, it's just 2 games. I'm already seeing the same set of patterns. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, okay, if this is the road you want to take, then take it.
Take it.
If you get to a dead end and you get swallowed up by maybe something, so be it. It's your own. You know, I'm not I would if I see other fans actually trying to slip my manager, I would stand up for him because I'm a supporter of my football club. But I won't be overtly defensive because there's some things that for me as a person, you cannot like for me as a person, if it was my case with Sancho that thing happened the other time, bro, I know different strokes for different folks. I demand apology. If you're not going to apologize, I might do what he did, right? But for the football club, for the betterment of the football club, for what we needed last season, I might even put that behind me and say, you know what, come in, play. Use that as a way of saying, you know what, you feel you're bigger, then prove yourself on the pitch, play. Right? Play. And let everybody have a meeting with everybody and say, okay, this is not to condone nonsense or not to condone indiscipline, right? But the team is bigger than each and every one of us. This football club is bigger than each and every one of us. This team is bigger than each and every one of us. There's no I, So maybe that might even prompt the Sancho to be like, you know what, I made a mistake. This manager is still.
But you know why though? The manager has to lead by example. If you're doing that, then basically you shouldn't like the players are not doing well. Like, basically, so I think all Sancho needs once in a while is spiral now. Just be fair to everybody. I think that's it.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to, if that is the case, I would say for me, the team is bigger than everybody. And I said the last thing, the team is bigger than everybody. Might as well just call it. Yo, come play. It's football. You say you train better. Come play. Prove yourself on the pitch. Carry out my instruction. Right? Prove yourself on the pitch. We're going to start with 25 minutes. Right? Give me 25 minutes of your time. Let me see that ethics on 25 minutes. Forget about what was said and what was not said. Prove yourself on the pitch, right? 45 minutes. You and Marcus Rashford have the left wing. Two of you decide what you want to do. If you want to get me sacked, but prove yourself on the pitch. This is me talking to you, Nates. This is what I would have done. Fine, everybody will say, oh, maybe he called you name, but don't forget the team. The team is bigger. And I will state this out. The team is bigger than you and I.
Yes.
We are all part of this team. So prove yourself. So let everybody see that, okay, you're not doing your best. I'm not doing my best, right? If I need to go, I need to go. If you need to go, you need to prove. So, but this whole thing of, ego, I know football there's a lot of egos and manager tends to have the biggest one, right? But if you're not, for me, even the great Alex Ferguson, right, had his own problems that actually cost the team. But then sometimes he realized. He quickly switched.
Okay. Well, so now before I go to before we close up, I want to do a quick show today on the big that was not a lot going on. From Ugarte, what do you think? And probably give me a short answer. Do you think?
It's coming. It's coming.
So you think it's done?
Oh, by what's today? Sunday. Window shots on Friday. Give or take Tuesday. Here we go.
Ugarte.
Because the report now is United actually going in, not the loan to buy option, with the obligation to buy. United actually wants him on a permanent right now. United, and I think that's been their
what they wanted all
that's
along.
been what they wanted all along. They wanted to buy this player outright, not the loan with an obligation to buy. But this particular move for Ugarte has been hinged on Scott McTominay going out the door, more like sell to buy. Now that we've had the Scott McTominay going, I just hope maybe tomorrow we'll find out, okay, all the documents have been signed, right? Then so give McTominay what is due, his package, whatever it is that they're discussing, discuss it and make it go through. If you could do it for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you could also do it for a loyal servant in McTominay, right? And get it done, bro. Get it done. Once that's done, I feel the latest. I won't be surprised if it happens. Here we go tomorrow, but Tuesday, give or take.
Now, so moving from United, right? It's basically because we also monitor all our United players. I saw. Were you able to watch the Marseille game today?
Oh yeah, I watched the Marseille game, and Greenwood was on the score sheet with the equalizer.
Yeah, he scored how many goals now? Is he 3 goals already?
Yeah.
Wow, like he's actually doing well. That's good though. Just one thing I saw. I was just going through this Spanish, what they call it, league, and I saw 2 of our players. I probably played at different times. They're actually what they call the first team defenders for this team. Can you guess who?
The first team.
Who? Yeah, they're actually the first. They both are the first team defenders for a Spanish team.
I don't know. Can you help me out with this one?
Yeah. So Sevilla.
Kwambala,
Bailly, and
Kwambala. Oh, okay.
Like, wow. They won today, by the way. I think they won yesterday. They won 2-1. Well, it's funny though, and I like these are defenders that basically we probably would see nothing in them, right? And
no.
For Villarreal.
Don't say we see nothing in them, Tesh. The Kwambala was a good prospect, but the minute we confirmed the Euro deal, the man knew his game time were going to be limited, right? And for me, he made the right call. United made the right call. All parties involved, they made the right call.
Made the right call. Yeah.
For Eric Bailly, it was a good servant for us. but the man was hardly fit.
Yeah. No,
So let's.
I'm not saying we're wrong to sell them. Though. Yes, saying like it's
Oh
nice to see
yeah,
them. Yeah,
just nice
nice
to
to
see them. Yes,
see them that
yes.
they are still
They
they are
are
still
doing well.
playing. That they're
Yeah,
still
they're
doing
doing
well.
well.
Okay, I think that's all. That's all I had. I just want to get your thoughts on the game, and what happened. Now let's look at the future. And what's the future? The future is
For
Liverpool.
me, I feel like we would Ugarte would help the team.
Mhm.
Ugarte would take the team some notch higher, right?
Mm.
Maybe might even give us some sort of security, because I looked at, yes, it was you and I, you were watching the game. It was in the chat, and there was the play that Casemiro was running, and it felt like his oxygen tank was empty.
Yes, no, I know. I love
And,
Casemiro.
and you were like, oh my god, Casemiro.
But sometimes I'm
And you're
like,
like,
oh
oh
God,
my god, Casemiro is done. Like,
it's
you saw, like,
not.
yeah, and it's not the fact that he cannot play, it's the
Yes,
fact that, bro, the pace of the league, right? And
yeah,
once he's caught off guard, bro,
done.
his recovery is, nah, it's not it, right? So,
And I think
and I,
Casemiro tries to find the need to go front to create. I think as in he shouldn't be
no,
doing it because he can't really he can't recover.
yeah, he cannot recover. But for me, I think in some games, I would love to see. It's tough though. I would love to see Ugarte and Casemiro in the midfield.
That'll be brutal.
And
Casemiro
maybe
probably will be more of a creator.
and
The-
maybe Bruno or Maino, but yeah, kind of. But I just want to see. It's just something I would want to see. But Ugarte would actually help the midfield. But the most important player we need now is Mr. Finish.
and finishing, as in, what's your game? Just to go back, what's your take on before we go to Liverpool so we can round up? What's your take on Xerxes and so far? 2 games.
No, it's not. It's not been bad, right? The first game he came on, you could see what he was trying to link up between the midfield, the wingers, get everybody involved. But this is what the wingers need to do as well. They should stop this, or I have to get the goal mentality. Everybody needs to get. That's why I keep saying the manager maybe there's somewhere they should write it on in their dressing
You're
room and
coming
say,
out from the dressing room.
yeah,
Pass
we
the
are
ball.
a team. We are a team. We are a team. The fact that Xerxes will get all the goals does not mean that your salary will be reduced or your wages will be reduced, bro. Does not
But
mean
again,
anything.
I think is the extra fans and moral support that comes from that,
No,
right?
it's not see, that's the thing. That's where they get it wrong. Because now, if you're playing and you're being greedy and your team is not winning, the said fans they are in a state of confusion, because on the one hand they want to support you, but on the other hand the football club that they support is
Comes
not
first.
doing well. So they have to be like, oh, player FC, but start defending you. What's there to defend when your football club is on is not doing well, but your player, quote and unquote, is having the GA?
He's doing well.
It's not the GA. What's the GA, bro? That's why when people, I said it last time, when people keep saying, if you don't score, you don't win games. Take example, right? The game against Fulham. I'm not going to go far back last season. Fulham, we managed to get 1 goal where we should have gotten at least 3. Imagine Fulham nicking a goal towards the end of that
1-1.
game.
Yeah.
We will all come out saying, another season, same like we did against Brighton.
Yeah.
1-1. That's what, because what? We had chance to put that game away, right? We couldn't. Big up Nick. Nick is saying City and yeah, especially Chelsea. They look. You know why Chelsea looks scary?
Right.
They can score, even if you know
Are you sure? Are you sure? You think it's Nisha Gaga? Are you sure?
Oh, bro, their first game they played City. Nobody was expecting them to do anything there.
I agree.
Right now they play the Wolves side, who in the last 2 seasons have been a decent team in terms of they could, when they decide to be
on it,
stubborn, yeah, and they put 6 past them. And guess what? Of the 6 goals they scored, Kopama only scored 1.
Madueke scored an hat-trick, I believe.
Yeah. Okay, when was the last time Rashford scored a hat-trick for United?
He hasn't scored an hat-trick.
In the Premier League.
He hasn't scored an hat-trick, has he?
Okay.
No.
So this is what when even City looks scary. Put 4 passes. Watch, we'll play Ipswich Town. We're gonna play Ipswich Town, right? And we might not be lucky to get 2 goals. We will struggle with 1. That Ipswich Town game, I don't want to project anything into the future, but I'm not so. You see Everton, right? First game they held 4. Second game they held 4, right? They'll play United. Now everybody say, when are we playing United? When are we playing Everton?
Play United.
When is United playing Everton? When's United playing Everton?
Struggle.
Because we don't have. So for me, the coach needs to tell these players, like, yo, like, I'm not even going to put in the goalkeeping coach, because guess what happened? The season that Rashford scored 30 plus in all competition, who did the praise go to? If you remember correctly.
30 plus. He went to Rashford now.
No, who was he attributed to? Like, was bringing the best out of Rashford? Benny McCarthy.
The coach. Yeah, Benny McCarthy.
Benny McCarthy, the attacking.
Yeah.
Then last season, that Rashford wasn't producing so well. Oh, let's get Benny McCarthy out of the list, right? Because what's Benny McCarthy doing with these guys? Now, and all of a sudden it's not Eric Ten Hag. But now we have Ruud van Nistelrooy. So they should be. See, if you want to, let's know. Let's make.
But Ruud Boy is an assistant manager. He's not a striker coach now.
Ruud Boy is but people said he was brought in for as we will see difference in the striking department.
Is that what Ineos said?
Bro, I see. We need to finish whatever we do. Against Fulham, a lot of our players were taking too many touches.
Yeah, no. I think we need to finish. We need to work as a team, right? I still think we're still as in honestly, from a winger perspective, I won't lie to you. If we were to look at the most intelligent wingers we have that probably will play at the high level and be a bit consistent, honestly, I'll probably pick only one.
No.
And that one doesn't play. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Because he has done it before. Right?
Nick is saying Ruud van Nistelrooy may take the job. Okay, let's start. Then we should start calling Ruud van Nistelrooy out now, because I'm not seeing any impact of Ruud on this players, bro.
But Ruud can say, I don't know if you know, right? Managers will probably listen to assistant managers in the restaurant, but still make their own decision. It's like what they call it.
Yes.
It's like
yes. No, but Nick Fadden is saying that Ruud van Nistelrooy will take the job eventually.
Yes, now.
So my eyes now. So I'm looking past Eric Ten Hag, right? My eyes now is on Ruud van Nistelrooy. You should have a section of you should have been given an allotment in terms of in the what's called division of labor. There's something
like
that should have
some piece where probably you can make a decision around something.
Yes, your own department, your own piece of your own what's the word, duty, right? So this is what you should be doing. We need to see an improvement from this aspect, right? So when I the manager, when I come to you and say, okay, what's your take? What have you give me, right? The final decision will fall on the manager, but there needs to be, and there's a reason why these guys were brought in, why Rene and Ruud were brought in, not to just come and stand as assistant manager and just, there should be an input as well, right? There should be an input as well. So it's not when the team is doing well. So we saw what Ruud said, Ten Hag should take out this person and put this person. And no, even when we are playing poorly, we should call everybody out. Call everybody out, because now we say it's not a one-man lead. I refuse to say it's not a one-man lead. Anybody can come and say what, but for me, it's not a one-man lead anymore. Eric Ten Hag is just the one that's going to answer questions from the press and all of that. It's not a one-man. If it's just that it's so sad that Eric Ten Hag said will be the one that will be offered on the tray if things go bad, right? But the truth is not a one-man team anymore. It's a group of coaches. If you look at that, there's a schematic diagram I saw. Eric Ten Hag, the board, the Eric Ten Hag, his 2 assistants, Vivel, recruit. So it's all a cascade. But for the coaching setup is Eric Ten Hag, Rene, Ruud van Nistelrooy, the goalkeeper, coach, and all of that. So these are the people. So whilst we're saying, okay, Eric Ten Hag will take the brunt of all of the weep, and we take the major criticism and the major the major glory if everything goes well. But these guys that are working. So when we're doing well, we should be able to give these guys their accolade as well. But when we are doing bad, we should be able to give these guys their own criticism as well. That's how I see it. It's not just when it's good, or Ruud van Nistelrooy made this happen. Then when it's bad, or Ten Hag needs to go. Nah, give everybody what they need to do, what's due them. That's it.
Okay. Now, finally, before we close the show, Rex, what's your final? What do you think? What will be your starting 11 against Liverpool? I know probably we'll talk about this most likely in our
the Liverpool game, right? As a United fan, right? I want us to win, but bro, we are not scoring goals. So how do we win that game?
Okay. So, but Liverpool was a kickstart to our season 2 years ago. Probably it could be the same thing.
Not this one, because guess what? Sancho is not playing. Sancho played that one. Sancho sat down the whole defense in that game, right? Because of his brilliance, because of how he thinks, he sat down the whole defense and passed the ball into the net, right? Then we kicked on from. I agree with you, but looking at this one right now, in our first season, in the manager's first season, bro, we scored goals. Although we struggled sometimes, but we scored. I know against Southampton, after the Liverpool game, we played Southampton, we struggled 1-0. We played somebody else, we struggled 1-0. Then we played Tottenham, it was 3-0. And, but last season was dreadful, but that's gone. This season, again, we can't be starting this season with a 1-0, 1-1 spawning chances here and there. My take is, I want us to win that game. I will not say I don't see us winning that game, because I have to be careful what I say. I want us to win that game. If we bring our shooting boots to the party, to that game, and we take our chances, there is nothing stopping us from winning that game 3. Because of Liverpool so far, I think they're still trying to build into this new manager's system. I think what's going for them now is the fact that they've played as a team. There's this chemistry that's been there from the era of Klopp, right? Because not much have changed. Not much have changed, unlike Eric Ten Hag, that tried to galvanize a poor side and try to make them win and all. Not much have changed. But I think as the season goes for Liverpool, either they will get stronger or they will start to break apart, because the manager might start saying, okay, the manager's idea might start be rubbing off on the player, right? Which in turn might either be a good thing or a bad thing.
I think what will happen with Liverpool is that I think what the manager is doing now, you come to a team, everything is working well. Okay, guys,
stay with it.
Everything keeps working well. I think the difference would be what called when probably what's working well now, right? Our breaks. It breaks probably you have one draw, one loss, and probably one loss, right? The manager now wants to implement his idea.
Wants to fix it.
Wants to fix it. I think you can't really do that fixing within the season. I think that's where probably you might see Liverpool might probably have a couple of what we call setbacks before they recover.
So for me, it's a game that we could win, right? If we take our chances.
Okay.
Because even you remember the possible outcome when we talked about this game, I said I don't see United scoring much. I don't, because that's the thing. Even the Fulham game, when everybody was saying 4-1, I'm like, really 4-1? The same United that I saw 4-1. Okay, maybe something will change, bro. All right. So for me, if we be clinical, we'll win that game. But if we are not, I don't want to say anything, bro.
Big up everyone on the chat. Big up GB. Big up everyone who's joined us. And big up Tommy. Big up Nick. Big up Drex for you joining again. This is the week that was, where we cover everything that happened in the previous week. A bit of a roller coaster for Manchester United, hoping to have a win against Brighton. That didn't happen, but some good news though in terms of, I would say, some good. It's a bit it's what we call beaten us, or a bit of sweet and sour, with McTominay being here for 22 years, but it's looking like his reign at United is coming to an end, with McTominay moving to Napoli. In what it called, and potentially Sancho might still leave, and we're looking what it called. Hopefully, we can beat Liverpool in coming seasons, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see everyone on the next one.